Okay. Alright. Look. Late nights catch up with the early bird. And when it happens, just remember where you heard it first. No alarm clock, I'm already woke. Just because it's punchlines doesn't mean it's jokes. I just had a nightcap, you just up all night captain. Always with a Cuban like I'm playing for the Mavericks. Only really want it when they tell me I can have it. I was born to play myself, guess you call that perfect casting.
I be slam dunking 30s in my system. I be ballin' like a piston. I got 'em pacing like we in an intermission. I had to put my bed up inside of the kitchen, cause I get up and get it now. I be turning up and a bitch wanna settle down. Fuck that. Shorty wanna kick it hard like a touchback. I be on the boulevard with a blunt wrap, and she pulling so hard on my nutsack. I listen to Dipset, she bumping the Love Shack, and I'm coming at you one time, trying to cut like we chillin' in the lunch line.
It don't mean a thing unless you got it. Riding something clean with a cockpit. Been looking up until you dropped it. Trying to get some G's in my pocket, yeah. It don't mean a thing unless you got it. Riding something clean with a cockpit. Things been looking up until you dropped it. Trying to get some G's in my pocket, yeah. Yeah.
Polo sweatsuit cost 200. Dressing all blue, counting blue hundreds. Doing something while y'all doing nothing. Get cut just for cutting. Fuck a bitch with a husband running laps. Running back in the set, run it back. Bitches lie, that's a fact. Blow a bag, blow a rack. Sacks fifth off a fifth for your finest lick. With a fine ass bitch and a fine ass whip. She lying, get rich or die trying. She always put her 2 cents in when I'm buying. She calling for a Cupid, I'm lit, I'm dying. I'm falling down stupid for this, I'm trying.
Look, I'm way too optimistic. I'm not scared. Shout out to Belly, Young Belly ain't word. But I can't put my trust in any of these commitments. I love that album, by the way. Before we intro, congrats to Bell on your new house.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Congrats, Belly.
New crib. I think he's a realtor as well, so I think it's his first deal too. So congrats, Mr.
Sold himself
Belly.
a house?
Sold himself.
Damn, that's next level.
We gotta get Young Belly on a
Sode. For sure.
On a Sode, he said?
A Sode.
On a Sode.
I can't show her an episode?
I don't know.
What Sode is this about?
What Sode is
what
this?
Sode we on?
Yeah, because you can't say
this
Effie.
is
I'm saying, what Sode is this?
I think this is Sode 15.
Sode
15 is crazy.
What do you mean?
well, welcome to Sode 15 of the Just Kickin' It podcast. My name is Chris Tyrell, a.k.a. C-Truth, a.k.a. Recognized Truth, a.k.a. No One's Coming, because I left them all behind with my past burdens and all the things I hate.
Baggage.
The baggage claim. Accompanied with me are some of my greatest friends. I got to the left of me, Mr. FB Fabs, Mr. Brandon Leone, Mr. Marlon Brando, Mr. I wear a motherfucking beanie inside, outside, whenever, summer, fall, spring, winter.
Minga.
and then to my right, I got one of the greatest, kindest guys. His name is Ralph Official, a.k.a. Tyler Shoes, a.k.a. Mr. I'm comfy, motherfucker. You see me wearing my slides.
I ain't gonna lie. The last episode, you had the orange hat. I think you had the black socks with the orange tips on.
Did you?
You had the socks working.
Orange hat, man.
You know, like...
You had the socks up here like they was Jordans, too. You was like...
No, I was wearing slippers.
He was wearing the slips.
I've worn the slips since I got them.
They were orange, bro.
They look a little orange.
No, I'm telling you, I think you had the socks on at that point when you was talking about dominoes.
If I did, it was totally intentional.
It was totally intentional.
But anyway, no mama joke for the intro.
I didn't do that. Yeah, I didn't do that. I wanted to switch it up.
It's like the coin toss in the Super Bowl. Whoever had bet mama joke in the intro, no this time.
Yeah, you lost.
Yeah. Fucking. All right. Well, you mentioned the Super Bowl, so I'm gonna talk real. I want to talk about yesterday. Well, not. I get. Yeah. Well, it was yesterday, wasn't it?
It was yesterday.
Yeah, playoff games. Yo, so I was watching the Bengals Chiefs game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great game.
It was 21-3, Chiefs. I was like, this shit's over. That's what I thought. Pat Mahomes. I mean, they ain't gonna blow this.
Fair assessment.
I fell asleep at halftime. Woke up when it was overtime and the Bengals were lining up to kick the game-winning field goal.
OT.
I woke up in like a fucking daze, like, what the fuck?
You were still dreaming?
I was like, what just happened? Like, what happened in that game? I missed all of it. The Bengals defense obviously clamped up, but I missed it all.
The Bengals started putting 4 people in coverage, and Mahomes couldn't find anybody. It was wild.
Joey B's a winner, man.
Yeah.
Shout out
Joey
B.
Burr.
Joey B, man. He got things on lock right now.
He's nice.
All the girls love him. Good looking guy. always
He's a
wins.
young dude, right?
His second year in the league.
Second year.
He's the
First
youngest.
full year.
This is the fastest first overall pick has ever made the Super Bowl.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What was it with the Rams? Wasn't the Rams like a young team?
The Rams made the Super Bowl too.
And then their coach was a young dude too, like it was a super young team. Like so, the Bengals are a super young team, right?
Yeah. Well, the coach of the Rams is 36 years old. He's pretty young
Right.
for a coach.
What's his
That's
name,
really
McDavid?
They're
young.
all
Like
pretty
that?
young.
Mac. What the fuck is his Mac?
Sean McVay.
McVay, I knew it was
I don't know why I said
something
McAfee.
He's young.
Yeah.
Both the dude coaching for the Bengals is young too. He's an ex-player.
That was a good game too. These playoffs have been
Yeah, they've been pretty good. And I don't even watch
honestly
sports, but I
one of the
watch
best playoffs in a while.
Yeah, I mean this whole season. Honestly, I would. If I had a round of applause button, I'd hit it for the NFL this year because the NFL had a great season, really, really great season.
I'm happy for my man Odell
Me too.
going to the Super Bowl
Right.
after he's had a wild couple of years. That's
Good for him, man. First 100-yard game.
In 44 games or
Yeah, it
some
was
shit.
like 33 games. I
And he
think,
got in the
maybe, yeah.
playoffs. Good for him.
Crazy. But yeah, super for the Super Bowl. It's gonna be a good game.
Yeah,
So it's
2 weeks.
the Rams and the Bengals.
Yeah, Rams Bengals.
That's
happy
it.
for Stafford.
And this is the second year in a row there's going to be a team playing at their home stadium in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, last year the because it's by random. They usually just pick the Super Bowl home, where the stadium's gonna be.
We're explaining it
last
to you,
year,
Chris, 'cause we know
the
this
Buccaneers played in Tampa Bay
Right. Yeah.
and won, and this year the Rams are gonna play in LA. So
Yeah.
is the NFL rigged? Nah, I don't know, man. This year was crazy. I loved it this year football. It was
How could it
terrible
be
for
rigged?
fantasy.
Yeah,
but-
it's definitely not. But people always say that about sports.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
But
Those
yeah,
are
I'm
really
excited
good
for
games.
Super Bowl. It's been a
OT,
great
all that
playoffs. That's how I just want to touch on that.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about how we are. You guys good? Everybody's good?
shit. Man. I'm pretty good.
Well, you have something to share?
I mean, not that I want to share on the pod, but I've had an overall very, very great weekend. I spent it snowed.
Yeah, but I was about to
That's
say, I
fun.
was spending my weekend indulging in my house.
Yeah, so
My quads were dead. I was excited to ride my quads because it snowed so much for the first time in years. And the fucking batteries
the
are
battery's
dead.
done. That sucks.
I was so sad.
Damn, you're
That's
about
all
to
I
be
want.
masked up.
That's
riding
all I
around.
wanted.
In the snow, like
I love that. With this
ATV.
much snow too, it was like over a foot.
You gotta let me come over and drive one. I never
I feel
rode
like
Yeah,
one
well,
of
we
those.
could be like pirates on a quad in the snowstorm. Like,
Yeah.
Pirate.
You ever ride one in the snow?
nah,
You
never rode
fucking,
one
I don't know if I've ever
you
rode
could
a
just
quad,
dip straight,
but-
make a little turn, and you fucking start doing 360s and
Damn.
shit. It's just fun as
But those are
fuck.
be like me and my
dangerous as fuck,
Ultima.
though, right?
What?
Nah,
Quad? They got 4 wheels. You good?
not if you're an idiot, right? Like you're an idiot. You have to be an idiot, like to fall off or it fall on you and you break your.
I mean, you
body.
could get hurt if you try to do some crazy shit, but if you
Okay.
just drive.
just driving it. Word. Shout out to the quads.
I mean, I've had a friend, like I think they had 3 people on one quad, and they were being idiots.
Yeah, wilding.
And one of them fell off. I don't know if he fell. I don't know which way he fell, but somehow the quad ran over his leg. So I mean, he must have fell forward, and the quad ran over his leg, and he has a fucking rod in his leg
Yeah,
now.
fuck that.
yeah, I know some people that got hurt on quads too.
And then my other homie lost a kidney on a quad. So.
Yeah, fuck all that shit. I'm gonna just drive it.
But
like
I
a
don't do
regular
crazy shit. I
vehicle.
just be doing drive straight.
But
But
yeah,
back to you.
yeah, New Jersey, we had a snow day. Saturday, I was just what was it? Friday it started, right? So
Yeah,
Friday
late.
Friday evening, I was just chilling at the crib, relaxing. Saturday snow day, so I was inside the whole entire day. I got up in the morning, right, to drive my car, thinking that I would be able
On
to drive.
Sunday?
Saturday.
Oh,
so this
Saturday.
is fresh after the snow. Thinking I could like drive my car
Motherfuckers always think it's just, oh yeah, I can do this.
to go get All Star Bagel. I was on some.
They weren't
bagels.
even open.
They were open.
Really?
I ordered.
Did,
Nice.
did
And she-
DoorDash?
No. So she says to me, she was like, just come whenever you make it. Like, I was like, okay, like, that means nobody's outside. But little did I know the roads were fucking trash bags.
Little did you know.
I didn't think it was going to be trash bag central. I thought they were going to be out here, like, at least County Line.
It snowed for like 12 hours.
County
more.
Line was trash bags. Like, it was horrible. If you guys don't know, County Line is the main road in our town, one of our main roads. But yeah, so I fucking tried to drive. I had to turn around because the roads are so bad. I walked in the snow to get my mom's car at my grandma's house to get my All-Star. Because my mom got
Damn,
a
all
big
that
ass
just for breakfast?
for breakfast. Yeah, I was dedicated. And I told myself this year, if I want to do something, I'm going to complete it.
Oh my
You know
god.
what I'm saying? So that was me taking that small task and completing it amongst
There you have it.
adversity.
Determination starts at breakfast, people.
Exactly. If you start your day off wrong, if you quit, then you
They
not
say
gonna,
it's the most important meal of the day.
it is. Bro. And them bagels was fire too. They were still kind of warm too.
What's your favorite breakfast meal, everyone? Quick, rapid fire.
Pork roll, egg, and cheese.
Mine's eggs, hash brown, and meat.
A meat.
Yeah, like sausage, bacon.
Okay, yeah. I like, when you go to a diner, you have those like breakfast sampler shits.
Yeah.
That has a little bit of everything. Yeah, that's what I like.
I like those too.
Bacon, sausage, eggs.
Yep.
I'm pretty easy to please. Pork roll, egg, and cheese. Add a hash brown on it. Salt, pepper, ketchup.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
breakfast sandwich, though. But breakfast sandwiches, I'm sausage, egg, and cheese on it.
Pork roll or tailored ham, as they say.
Tailored ham.
I grew up saying Taylor ham and then converted to pork
Really?
roll.
Who the
I
fuck
did.
taught you how to say Taylor ham?
My mom's from Newark. That's what they call it up
Really?
there. Yeah.
Newark.
Why do we call it pork when they call it tailored ham?
Because Taylor ham is a brand of pork roll.
See, I never really even knew that.
Yeah. So like, it's Taylor ham was the brand of pork.
Is there
roll that
Taylor
we used to eat.
turkey?
I don't know.
But, bro, nowhere else, they don't know what pork roll is, though. Like, in every other state, they don't know what pork roll is.
Closest
Taylor
thing they
ham,
have
they
is
know
like
what it is.
Canadian bacon.
Yeah, Canadian bacon, too. But it's smaller, not as whatever. But yeah, that was my weekend. Sunday, I don't know what I did Sunday.
I just watched football.
Just chilled.
What about you, T? Anything?
I took shrooms.
Yeah, well,
How
do you
was
want
that?
to explain your experience to the
I don't really
world?
have much to share. It was cool.
Was it your first time?
It was. Well, I've taken shoes before, but I've never taken enough to like really get the visual and kind of mental effect that it gave me.
Right.
A while of shit was looking at myself in the mirror. Like I was like looking at myself in the mirror, and I could see you could probably go in there and do it now, but I just feel like I could see so clearly.
Yeah.
So I could like clearly see myself in the reflection of like the mirror. I could see the mirror's reflection in my pupil. So it was like
wild.
fucking a never ending like loop of like my eyeball to mirror, And I was just like, whoa. And then looking at myself, I was just like, I saw all my blemishes and you know what I mean? It was just, I don't know if looking in the mirror on streams is for the weak, I guess
They
could
said that
say.
you're not
I don't know if
supposed to.
I've ever done it.
I have. I thought it was
I
pretty
enjoyed
dope.
it. I liked seeing myself, honestly.
I feel like in every moment where I look in my mirror when I'm like under the influence, like not really drinking, but like being high or taking shrooms or like even a Molly, you're like, I just have this conversation with myself. You know what I mean?
This man just sounded like a drug addict.
Well, no.
I mean, I've tried a lot of
He
drugs. I
said,
don't
doing
know.
drugs, taking Molly.
I've done all of them. I don't know.
Yeah, I've never taken that much, and I feel like I could have probably. Well, I don't know because I felt like ass at first. I don't know if have you taken them.
Yeah, I've taken them. I've taken them a lot.
Yeah, I was just about to say the best time of my life still to this day was the first time we've ever done
Yeah.
them. Was that your first time doing them?
I don't know, probably.
At your crib, it was me, you, Lou,
Yup,
Josh.
yup.
That was still my best. Only good, honestly, still my only good. I've done 3 times. That was my only good experience.
Yeah, I didn't like it any other time after.
That it was such. It was actually around winter, and it was black
222.
ice everywhere.
It was 222. It had
I
just
think-
snowed
Yeah,
like a few
Damn.
days before.
and we
Donna
walked
too.
outside with
Yeah.
his Bose Bluetooth speaker, blasting music, just walking around his neighborhood.
Damn.
And the black ice was just glistening everywhere. It was
Were you slipping and sliding?
euphoric.
Remember Blanket Jacket Man?
Bro, yeah. Afro Lou had this crazy blanket, and Lou like put it over his head. And he's like, "Bro, you guys gotta check this out." Like the way the light like reflected all the colors. We all tried to be like, "I don't really see."
Yo, Louis is just tripping. Shout out to Louis. I love him. He calls me like every day.
Yeah, I miss Lou, man.
I love Lulu.
Shout out Afro, man.
But shrooms is a great experience. I feel like for me, every time I've taken it, it's kind of opened me up to more paying attention to the things that I didn't pay attention to. You know what I mean? Like I'm more in tune to the small little details of things around me as opposed to like just going on with my day because whatever's whatever.
Yeah, I was like, a lot of stuff I read about said that it gives you kind of a lasting effect for a few days as far as like just your perspective on things.
Yeah,
I don't really
never
feel any
felt that.
different. I definitely in the moment I was a little uncomfortable with just kind of like the appearance of things a little bit. Like things looked grosser to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, but other than that, yeah, it was a good time. We were bored, snowed in. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I threw up 2 out of my 3 times taking shrooms.
That sucks.
damn. That's how I felt. I really feel like I was gonna be sick, and then it went away. But
Well, they said like it's food poisoning, right?
Yeah, and then
Yeah,
the last time, that's what it is. The last time I did it was 4th of July, and I was throwing up, sick, hated my life. I took like this just one big one, but inside was a bunch of little ones apparently. And bro, I was bugging out. There
was
was
a pregnant
fireworks
shroom.
going everywhere. Bro,
damn,
I had to go lay down for a long time.
I was watching videos of dogs on shrooms before that.
Wait, what? Is that animal abuse?
I feel
It
bad
was-
for animals on drugs.
the one. It was only one video I really watched, and it was not by design. Like the dog found a wild mushroom in the yard.
Oh,
that it ate,
shit.
and it gave it a.
What? How did they react?
It honestly was pretty peaceful.
Really?
Yeah, it was just like the seeing shit. Because honestly, like, it was even saying that in some cases they've seen dogs, like if they've eaten like a mushroom that gave them that feeling, they'll eat it again when it grows back. Like they'll like seek it out because it's like they liked the feeling.
Oh shit!
Oh wow!
It's like koalas eat some leaf all the time. It gets them high.
Fuck with koalas.
But yeah, so
Koalas are
that was
fucking scary.
nothing crazy report.
Yeah, but like I fuck with them like in pictures.
Yeah,
Like I would never like pet one.
You ever see their fucking hands? It's fucking gross.
Koalas are nasty.
I'm not trying to
supposedly.
dap them up.
Nah, I don't fuck. They look like sloth hands. Fuck
Or is
their
it
hands.
pandas that are nasty? One of those is really vicious.
I mean,
Pandas are evil.
to me, any wild animal, any animal I know, I see that's by themselves that I don't know.
I don't trust them niggas.
I don't trust them at all. I
don't
was
trust them.
walking upstairs in my house the other day before the snow, and I looked out back, and you guys been in my house. The mad windows in my back, so I see everything in my backyard.
Yeah.
There's this fat ass fucking cat just sitting in my backyard. I'm just like, I hate wild animals, even if it's cats, bro. I don't give a fuck. I
a
hate wild
domesticated
animals,
cat.
bro. How's
Nah,
it domesticated?
Because it's not a wild cat.
How do you know? It has no home.
Coming across a wild animal, like introducing yourself, is funny.
A wild animal is as a cat, or it would be like an animal that's been like living out its years in the forest. Like it's been doing that.
Yeah,
Its
but cats are
ancestors did
built to
that.
live outside.
But what I'm saying is they're domesticated. Like dogs are domesticated. They're not out in wild packs. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, but what if they never had a home?
That's a feral cat. It's different.
Well, this motherfucker looked homeless, okay?
A
And I
homeless
ain't
cat.
trust him. He was staring at me through the window. I was like, this dude is the devil.
No, you ever look a cat in the eyes? Them niggas, I don't trust them.
That's
Niggas.
Yeah.
Because one moment they might just slash your
I hate
face
when
and shit.
cats stare at me.
I don't trust them.
Like, I got nothing against them, but yeah, they scary, bro.
But how was your weekend? You wanna go over yours or?
There was not really much going on. I did get a call. So this actually brings up a subject to me.
Cool.
What do you do when you get a phone call from a very, very drunk friend,
Okay.
your homie?
Okay.
They're in the car, clearly, talking to you,
Right.
slurring their words.
Mm-hmm.
And I say, yo, what's the move? Like, just
the
wilding
move?
out type shit. I'm not going to blow up the spot.
Okay.
We all know them, but I'm not going to blow up the spot. But, so they called me. They were clearly drunk. I was like, bro. And they don't live close. So, you guys are like trying to figure out now.
I already know.
Oh, you
But,
For sure.
yes, they were just wasted. I'm just sitting there like, I mean, I wish I had my own crib to just say, just come through. I mean,
Right.
I was like, I did throw it out there anyway. I was like, bro, I would recommend you probably just pull over somewhere and just chill for a second before you like continue driving.
Right.
But they were so drunk that they weren't even like responding to like me trying to
To
say
the
that. I was like, if anything, if you're close by, you could just slide through for a little bit. We could chill just for a second, watch the football, whatever. But I mean, they proceeded to just be, nah, just hit me later, and just hung up. And I was like, bro, I texted them an hour. I texted them a couple hours later to make sure they were home, and they were, and everything, blah blah blah. But anyway, what did I do anything wrong in that situation, or I did all I could?
You offer a place. You tell them to take a breather. I think that's all you can do. In
I
that
just felt a
situation.
little guilty. Like, damn, if something happens to him, I like talked to him last, basically.
Yeah, but what
Yeah,
were you
I mean-
supposed to do? Chase him down on the road?
No, I
I'm
know.
gonna
I
come and
just,
get you right now.
I just felt like I was like, damn, I don't know if there's nothing else I could do, but
So
Talk to him. I would have said the best thing you could have done is talk to them.
yeah.
yeah.
In the age group that we're in, I feel like that you should be a responsible adult. And if you are doing things that are gonna make you too drunk, then maybe you should take provisions to take care of yourself afterward.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And if you decide to drive, like I've talked to people like, don't drive, give me your keys, all that shit. But if you want to do that, listen, that's what you want to
was
do.
just what-
Like you shouldn't drink anymore. You should, you know what I mean? I can
Yeah.
I can say what to do, but I can't make a horse drink from the water that I put.
Yeah, and I
into.
mean, I've clearly been in that situation before. I mean, obviously, drunk driving, I've done it before.
Yeah, so you try to help,
not a
but-
good thing to do. A terrible thing to do. Don't do it, people.
Don't do
You're
it.
putting yourself and others at risk.
Don't do it.
But it was just like one of those conversations. I was like, so where? I was like, bro, where are you coming from? He's like, I'm getting it. I was like, you know, it was to the point where I just could not have a conversation. So I was like, oh fuck.
I'll bleep it out. But it was gotta be. Gotta be. I knew it. I knew
You
it.
gotta bleep that out though. But yeah, they made it home safely, so everything was good. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He doesn't live close.
But so I mean, I've been the drunk friend many times.
You have.
How does drunk friends make you feel when they're like just too drunk?
With you?
I was gonna
No,
say
not
you're the
just
first
with me,
person I
with
think
anybody.
of.
But yeah, you could use me as an example.
Well, I have two friends that get incredibly drunk and do not know like when to maybe stop drinking. I think you've gotten a little bit better, but there is a threshold in which you pass.
But I feel like there was a point where I was never even like that because I didn't really even. Well, we drank a lot. That's probably why.
I said it's
back in the day we used to drink a lot. I feel like I didn't get
weight.
that crazy. I may be.
You lost a lot of weight, and I feel you just get drunk faster. You're not used to
you haven't accumulated to your new body. Like
Yeah.
your new body weight. Like now that your cardiovascular system is better and shit like that.
It's tough. It's tough to argue with someone when they're drunk and trying to drive home.
Yeah, there's really no stopping them, huh?
There's not. And I'm not.
I've tried.
Unless you steal the keys and fight them.
I'm not fighting you. I have your keys, and if you're trying to fight me for your keys, I'm gonna look at you in your face and tell you what you're about to do. I'm gonna let you do that because we're at the age where you should probably stop drinking at a certain point.
Yeah,
and I'm not
100%.
gonna fight you. Like you made a decision, and yes, that sounds like disheartening and like, damn nigga, you don't give a fuck. Like, no, I do give a fuck. But I hope that you would give a fuck more about yourself to make a conscious decision to maybe stop drinking an hour before you start driving or lay down for a minute.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I've dealt with people who like literally chugged a bottle before they said they're going to drive home. And I'm like, what are you doing? And I couldn't talk that person out of going. Like,
it's just a
home.
situation where like when I'm on the other end of it, when I'm the sober friend, that I'm just like, damn, if anything happens to this person, I'm just going to feel horrible.
I had to let that shit go.
Yeah.
And then, yes, it's sad. It's like,
I just felt bad. Even like, yes, it just happened yesterday, literally.
Yeah.
And I was like worried a little bit until I got a text back that saying he was home. Like I felt worried, truly.
Right.
But yeah, man, don't drink or drive.
So I guess we'll transfer to one of the first topics that we got into today. If you've been watching this far, please like, comment, subscribe to the Kickback channel on Instagram. It's kickback.tv.
Do it.
Yeah, send us some comments of topics maybe you want to talk about. Give us a like. You know, it helps with the algorithm. I hate that fucking word, but you know, it helps.
Need the algo, king.
The algorithm is God.
Algo's everything.
But yeah, so and everyone who's been watching this far, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna get to some topics. Speaking on like I guess drinking or being out and drinking, like
Getting fucked up.
Euphoria is a big show, right? HBO Max.
Yeah, very good show. I enjoy it.
On its second season, Zendaya is the star of the show.
I love her so much.
And it's in a show which it talks about drug use, alcohol, depression. I mean, the whole entire emotional roller coaster, which high school
Are they
is.
Seniors in high school?
I have no idea
Because-
what age they are,
Yeah, okay.
to be honest.
Well, they had like a form one.
They don't look like teenagers, right?
They look like teenagers.
Well, I mean,
do you know what
most-
teenagers look like nowadays, nigga?
Yeah, but I'm saying most shows, if you actually go look at the character, like the people that play 18-year-olds, when you look at them, they're like 25,
Yeah,
24.
It's just so funny.
That's just.
But do you see what like the fucking kids look like now?
Zendaya could pass for a high school chick,
She
and
could.
especially in the show.
Yeah, no,
they
she
make
does.
them look younger. But she's a young looking person.
But Euphoria is a critically acclaimed show. Based off its first season. Second season is on well to do the same thing. But right now they're receiving big backlash from the DARE program, the failed DARE program.
Yeah, this was news to me. I didn't even hear about this.
Right. So the DARE program is basically talking about which Euphoria depicts, I guess, are glamorizing drug use, alcohol abuse, and stuff like that. And they're basically trying to boycott the show or have parents
That's so ridiculous.
make sure they're monitoring their kids or watching the show.
You know what's ridiculous about it too? Because Zendaya, because she knows she has like younger followers.
Yeah,
and stuff.
for sure.
She posted a couple of times saying like,
Be
just
aware.
warning guys, this is not a show for kids. Like,
Right.
we
Mature audiences.
You know what I mean? It's a mature show. Shit gets dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I mean, sorry, Dare, but it's reality. Like, this happens. And first off, this isn't the first show or movie that has done this thing. Maybe they do it in a different way, but that's what makes the show so good. The way it's shot, all the, you know what I mean? All the characters.
I think that the beauty of true art is something that can speak for a generation, in which that show does. It speaks for the generation of what high school, what we've encountered. You know what I mean? Drug use.
Yeah, I'm
sex.
sure it might even be worse today. Who knows? I mean,
Right.
Definitely worse
It's
today.
definitely worse today. It's hyperbolic to a certain degree. You know what I mean? They have things that we didn't really have.
yeah, we wasn't hitting jewel pods in middle school.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I think it's uncomfortable because a lot of people don't like to realize that a lot of that stuff is happening to some people, especially people that like
It's not like people don't like to
people
realize
older
that,
than
though.
us. You know what I mean? Like our parents, like they would never think that stuff like that is happening in a high school.
Yeah, that's, you're right.
And
You're right.
the important part of a show like that is to showcase
That it
that
is.
it is happening.
Yeah.
So you need to be. You can't like baby your kids and be like, this isn't happening. I don't know if you want to expose them to that at that young of an age because it is influential. You see Zendaya doing. Is it Zendaya or Zendaya? Zendaya doing fucking heroin. I mean, that's influential to somebody who whether obviously she's playing a role, but if you're a big fan of her since she was on Disney Channel or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know if she still gets.
But
Disney
also,
run,
I mean, if you're watching the show and not just watching her do heroin, you see the terrible effects it has. You know what I mean?
That's another big thing too. I haven't seen the show, so I don't know if it is on my list to watch. Though,
so it's not like she's like some fucking rich, successful person doing this. She's a teenager that got out of rehab. I'm not gonna say spoiling the show, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? It's real life shit.
It's a person.
Well, that's important too. If they're showing both sides of it, that's important.
They're showing the full picture. It's full scale. You know what I mean? It's not just glamorizing. Glamorizing would mean like, oh, I'm a drug addict and I'm making millions of dollars and I'm getting money.
That's what I was saying,
Like that would be like glamorizing it. You know what I mean? But this is showcasing the fact that this is a drug addict who has a ruined family based off of the traumatic situation she had prior. And so she uses drugs as an escape method from her reality. You know, and then it goes into other
common.
People escape many things, whether it be drugs, whether it be sex, whether it be just being in relationships all the time. Escapism is a real thing. Our phones.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? These are all things that we deal with. And
we all got crutches.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So I think that it's great to have a show that is giving the full 3D picture of what's happening with the young kids in the world and how to deal with them. You know what I mean?
No, for sure.
To a certain extent, I do get that, but like every like popular anything is influential in some way. You know what I mean? Like anything that people enjoy influences in some type of way. Like I sit and fucking sometimes watch like the old movies where they fucking smoke cigarettes everywhere and shit. And I'm just like, bro, I want to smoke a cigarette. So I do get that part. But at the end of the day,
show them getting cancer that day.
It's reality, you know what I mean? It is what it is. I mean, there's not one part of me watching that show. It's like, I want to do heroin now. You know what I mean? Like, no. But I do love the show. The second season, I don't like as much as the first season so far, but that's just my opinion. But it's only halfway pretty much over, so we'll see how it goes. But
Theirs sucks anyway. Their approach to it is bad, I think.
Oh, Dare?
Yeah. Their approach to preventing kids from being on drugs.
I don't even know what they're fucking.
I remember them. They used to come in our schools and shit.
I never talked to them niggas.
They came in our classes and shit.
Not to my class.
Weren't the cops teaching like the Dare program? Did we have like a Dare course?
Officer John was the Dare.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Pojo. He's got many names. Pojo, OJ.
That was the guy.
But
cool ass cop.
I feel like when you introduce a kid who's never, some kids, you know, I mean, at that age, you don't even know what drugs is.
Right, for sure.
So to introduce it immediately and be so extreme about it, it's clearly not effective. I mean, what percentage do you think of the world has used hard drugs? Like, maybe it's just limited to America.
I don't know.
At least
it's definitely not limited to America.
I know, but at least on a small
at least half
size.
the world has tried some type of hard drug.
Yeah. So I mean,
that's just my speculation. I have no idea the numbers.
Yeah, I'm not saying I do. It's kind of the rhetorical.
It depends
question,
what you consider it, though, too. Because if it's prescribed, you consider that trying a hard drug. If you're just
that's
we've all probably been prescribed painkillers.
Another good point, right? Yeah. So
and just the abuse of those things that are natural, or not naturally, but that are given to us, is what drug addiction is. You're abusing something. No. So alcohol is available to us, but people abuse that. That's drug abuse. You know, because drugs are there to help you at the same time. Yeah. So it's finding the line.
Does Dare ever attack alcohol?
Yeah, of course.
They do?
For sure.
Alcohol
you remember the drunk goggles?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Drinking and driving. Remember the fucking...
drug and alcohol.
Someone died
during
during the week?
Again? Drug, alcohol?
Yeah, when they had... Yeah, they killed somebody in a
our
fake
school.
car
They would have somebody,
accident.
like, a car in our, like, football field. And like they would show like the messed up
car.
And then during the week, people would be dead. Like they couldn't talk to you.
They wore a black shirt.
They did try to do that.
Yeah. Like niggas be dying because that's like the ratio.
No, I get it. It's not.
We used to all try to break that person too. I don't know. Yo, talk. I know you talk.
But I don't know. I enjoy the show. That's all I
think it's a great show. I think ultimately this goes down to parenting, but I can't tell somebody how to parent. I'm not a parent myself. But I believe that the exposure to certain things or telling your kids the truth at a young age definitely helps understand like what's happening in those moments. So the curiosity isn't as big to do something, you know?
I think just nowadays it's just like, really, you're going to blame a show? They could find out this information. Go on the internet and see anything they want in the world. So yeah, I agree with you to that point. I mean, now more than ever, you just need to be honest with your kids.
Yeah.
And you need to make them aware of everything because whether you do it or not, they're gonna know and they're gonna find
They
out
are.
and they're gonna see it.
On
So
their
you
own,
might as
yeah.
well just teach them the right way.
Right.
That's why, I think,
They're exposed to everything more
Yeah.
than ever.
More, yeah.
I don't know if I'm exactly fit to give parenting advice, but I feel like you want the idea is to make sure your kids are comfortable enough with, if they are presented with the opportunity to try drugs or do them, that they're comfortable enough telling you about it, and you can then address it that type of way. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Rather than them hiding it and you know what I mean, get in trouble.
Same.
So
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I think that maybe we can't talk as a parent, but we can speak as being a kid. You know, I have nieces and nephews in which I'm super truthful to. When they ask me about drugs or smoking weed and stuff like that, or even my nephews who are 10 years old and ask about orgasms and stuff like that, I tell them what it is. You know what I mean? I told my sister, I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm not going to lie to them because I always wanted somebody to tell me the truth and not talk like a fucking child.
Yeah, I think people have I mean, there definitely is a point where there is some kids are too young to be exposed to certain things. You know what I mean? But I think it does help some kids at I don't know what age you want to say, but to be aware of certain things instead of finding it out, in their own way.
Yeah.
To have like somebody to look up to that's a little older than them.
Or at least to have
So,
the
like-
dialogue open enough to where you could talk to me about something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, where you don't feel scared to share something
Yeah.
if you've been through some shit. Because a lot of kids, they go through some shit or they've experienced some shit or they deal with some shit and they're just so scared to share with their parents,
Yeah,
especially.
because they're going to be like, oh, what the fuck were you even doing out
You
there?
know what I mean?
You
Yeah.
shouldn't even be. You know what I mean? And
I
that's
mean,
what
I
kinda-
never really had the honest relationship with my parents when it came to shit like that. You know what I mean?
I was lucky to have one when I was older for sure.
But
But yeah, speaking on parenting and you have anything else you want to say on that? Are you good? You good? Speaking of that, babies. A shout out to ASAP. So a couple podcasts
today
ago,
was the first day it was announced.
it was
I thought
rumored.
it was known.
yeah, it was rumored.
So
I
it was
think.
rumored that ASAP and Rihanna were having a child like a couple months back on the podcast, and I shouted out ASAP Rocky. You know what I'm saying?
You
Shout
are
out-
hiding
shout
a
out to the-
child.
Shout out to the God. But yeah, so ASAP
he really is
and
a god
Rihanna
now.
are
It's
having
official.
a baby. Yeah,
It's officially
congratulations.
She made that stomach look good in that flick.
She fly. They fly.
in the snow.
They fly. I
She
don't
went
know.
bare belly in the snow. That's
That's what.
what a
fashion is,
reveal,
though, right?
They're
What a reveal.
what a reveal. They already had girls on IG recreating it today.
Oh,
Are you
God.
serious?
Yeah,
I seen the memes, the Drake meme. Like,
I just
Yeah, I see how the internet was exploding.
Yeah,
all
the
over
internet.
that shit.
I saw. enough
Rory was
Rihanna
like,
jokes.
or no, Maul tweeted like, "Beware, fellas, they gonna start popping that question." Now everyone want to have a baby because
Yeah.
Rihanna pregnant.
that's wild.
But yeah, shout out.
What is the Drake meme when he's like, "Give me a shot, give me a
Oh
shot."
yeah, I seen that one,
I don't know.
and I seen the one of there was like a picture of him and Chris Brown. They were both like crying,
Yeah.
and they're like Drake and Chris Brown on FaceTime right now.
Damn.
Yeah, they said Drake was somewhere recording Marvin's Room Part 2 right now.
He's got to be over it by now.
He definitely is.
I mean, he's Drake.
I don't know. Would
Drake.
you ever be over Rihanna?
But that's a Rihanna.
I'm
Rihanna's
still.
an
I'm
enigma.
currently not over Rihanna.
baddest
love
chick ever. I call her Rihanna.
That's because his name
That's
is
because her name is
Rihanna.
Rihanna.
That wasn't the only pregnancy. Nick Cannon just had his 8th kid. Don't disrespect the
Bruh.
god.
Nick Cannon he's popping them out though. Like
He's-
Rihanna's a different breed of woman, so
No, I
that's
know.
why
She's a goddess.
it's mainly on her. And the fact that she ASAP bagged her, and that, you know what I mean? That's an eclectic ass baby. Like they're about to have like a awesome ass child. I feel like.
Yeah, for sure. One of the more popular kids.
He hinted at it on
since
Fashion
Kimye.
Killer. Didn't he say like baby's gonna be flyer than their parents or some shit? He was-
That baby gonna be fly.
I wonder what the. They probably. Do you think they know the gender already?
I don't know how many
It depends
semesters
how,
or whatever
yeah.
trimesters they're in. Trimesters. That's crazy.
All I know is, I mean, good for him, but we're never getting a Rihanna album ever again.
Nah,
Or
I don't know.
ASAP. They don't make music no more.
they done.
That motherhood album might slap though.
I just want a Rihanna album. I don't care what it is.
Yeah.
Rihanna's probably my favorite female artist like ever.
That motherhood album might slap though.
Yeah. Damn. It might.
It might. But shout out to ASAP.
I was trying to think of some hook real quick.
Rockabye baby.
Couldn't put Gerber in the flow.
So it's crazy.
Gerber.
But like, aren't we amazed at the feet? The feet.
Of
The
getting
feet like
Rihanna
that.
pregnant.
Like FEAT, yeah. The feet of a nigga calling himself that pretty motherfucker.
He's not lying, man. He's a pretty guy.
Harlem, what he repping.
I mean, shout out him. I mean, he's, you know.
Tell him we gonna make it. We gonna get there in a second.
A well-dressed.
He's a stud.
He did
nice
it, bro.
looking man.
He did it, man. That pretty motherfucker did it. Shout out to ASAP.
Yeah.
Rihanna dated a lot of people, though.
What does that mean?
Date a lot of people. I date a lot of people.
She did a lot of high.
Yeah, but he's the one that got the prize.
Yeah,
No, for
he
sure.
got it.
He
Because I think he got the tryout before she dated.
Oh yeah, this is not their first go around.
Yeah. So she came back for the full trial. So
And it's like he's the one. Like he's the best. Like he's fire. He's
she
awesome.
dated Leo,
She did Leo.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that's
Drake,
crazy.
Chris Brown. I mean, she dated that really rich dude.
Rich
Yeah,
as
Billy's-
fuck. Yeah, good for me. Shout out Rihanna.
She
man.
said, and ASAP won. She had a full contest, globe wide.
Yo, he's wild.
We
Full
all-
contest.
She had a
He's
full.
crazy.
She did.
I
She
mean,
had these dudes trying out.
But think
for
about
who
how
was
many.
gonna be.
Think about how many girls ASAP's probably been with.
Nah, I know. I'm
Millions.
just.
ASAP got a 12-second Snapchat clip of him smashing.
Yeah, he's wild. Wait, so
Oh yeah, the tweet that I said.
What did it say?
ASAP's the tweet was like ASAP's not even meeted up like that.
Meeted up is
she's
wild.
Like they were like that means she really loves him. Damn man,
She likes him for who he is. Or whatever.
he's not even meted up
Oh
like
my
that.
Meeted up is
God.
crazy. Meeted up is wild. That's almost disgusting.
I'm so dead, bro.
Double
But yeah,
cheeked up.
basically 95% of the male population is sad right now.
Yeah,
Yeah, there was a lot of sad boy tweets.
but I'm happy for Rihanna.
Hell yeah, and
It's
ASAP,
about that
man.
time.
I couldn't even
family.
partake in the Rihanna tweets because there were so many.
Yeah, it's going crazy. All right, what else we got? Where we want to go with it?
We could talk about the MLB Hall of Fame real quick. So
Let's do it.
this was
Fucking Dinosaurville.
this year. So basically, the way to Hall of Fame, just so Chris, this is I'm gonna lay this out for you because I really want to know what your opinion is on this.
All right.
As a
As a
third party.
non-baseball
Yeah.
fan.
As a non.
So the way the Baseball Hall of Fame works, we'll start there, is that you have a window of eligibility. I forget how many years it is, but
from
from the
10
moment
years?
I don't know. I don't think it's 10.
That's what they said on
I'll
the
look it
JKI.
up.
They were saying 10.
But so basically, the people who vote on whether or not you're going to be in the Hall of Fame are like long term, like baseball writers and media guys who have been around the game for a long time. Which to me doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, how are you going to like they have biased opinions, writers, in my opinion, because and that's one of the reasons I'll get into as to why I think Barry Bonds didn't get into the Hall of Fame, because he just didn't. But it's voted on by the writers and a lot of the media who have been around the game for a long time, right?
Mm-hmm.
So depending on what type of caliber player you are, depends on when they collectively are
It is 10
try to
years,
decide
by the way.
10 years. So let's say you were a great player, but we're not sure you were the best. They would purposefully let you sit on the ballot for years and then vote you in because you were not a first ballot Hall of Famer, you were fourth ballot Hall of Famer in their eyes, right? So I'm just telling you, this is how
The
stupid.
gatekeepers.
This
Who
is how
are these niggas?
stupid this shit is, bro. So fucking whatever. So Barry Bonds has been on the list.
This was his 10th year.
He's been on the ballot for 10 years. This was his last year of eligibility. Barry Bonds,
The
I don't know if
greatest
you know.
baseball
Barry
player
Bonds.
of
Yeah,
all
I
time.
don't know if you know, but he's the all-time home run leader, right?
He's the greatest baseball player I've ever
And
seen.
he isn't getting in because he was accused, never admitted,
Never.
to being on steroids, right?
But the accusation was enough to derail him of getting what he was.
And well, he wasn't the most.
Somebody
he
went to
wasn't.
jail.
He
I know
wasn't
that.
very good to the media. Like he didn't
Yeah.
fuck with the media.
Well, that was another-
He wasn't a likable. I think they hold grudges to people they like.
so that's
100%.
the point I'm getting to here, is that Barry Bonds was kind of a dick. But he's an amazing baseball player. I don't see how
He
it
got
matters
walked.
what kind of guy
He got
was.
intentionally walked with the bases loaded. That means all the bases are filled. If you walk them, they score a run. They walked him anyway just so he didn't hit a home run. type
This
shit.
year-
That's how good he was.
This year was the first year that David Ortiz, Big Papi,
Yeah.
was on the ballot.
Okay.
He, same thing, was in a report, tested.
Yeah, I was gonna say that.
tested
That's
positive.
stupid.
Right? So he never admitted to it, but he was in the same report that Alex Rodriguez, Sammy Sosa, all these guys are. First ballot Hall of Famer, got voted in. Why? Because he was a darling to all the media guys.
A-Rod's not even in. Right?
A-Rod, this was A-Rod's first year of eligibility.
Yeah, and he
I
didn't
think.
get voted in.
And he didn't get voted
He
in.
probably won't be either.
He probably won't.
That's crazy.
But I think David Ortiz is the first person that's been in allegations that got voted in.
as of like
Because they're trying to keep all the
of
steroid
that
people
era,
out.
of that era, yeah. But he's not the only one who has been accused that's in the Hall of Fame. He's not the only one.
Well, I'm saying of like afterwards. I'm saying
I
like
don't
they
know.
got put in after they were accused.
From what I was reading, he's not the only one who's in that's used steroids in.
Well, I don't know if you know much about the steroid era.
So my point to you is, right?
I remember
so all
these guys, right?
the home runner niggas, like the niggas was hitting home runs every day.
Yeah.
Nigga.
So all those guys from when we were growing up, early like late
Kenny
'90s,
Griffin,
Sammy
Mark
Sosa,
McGwire,
early
Sammy
'90s.
Sosa.
These guys, they were a huge part in furthering the sport of baseball.
They were bigger
They
looking too.
revived
They
the
look
sport.
big as hell.
And now
too.
you're gonna basically say that none of these guys are allowed in the Hall of Fame. Roger Clemens is another guy. He's a great pitcher. He is
heard,
the all-time
I wrote a
Cy
report about
Young
him.
The Rocket.
Award winner.
Yeah.
So you don't have you have Barry Bonds, the all-time home run leader, who's not going to be in the Hall of Fame. You have Roger Clemens, who's the all-time Cy Young leader, not going to be in the Hall of Fame. And then separately, Pete Rose, who is the all-time hits leader, isn't going to be in the Hall of Fame because he
gambled on baseball.
Yeah, he gambled on his own game. So what do you think is the right thing to do? Do you think that all these guys, that they should pick and choose just because of who they are, that who gets in the Hall of Fame?
Well, this is the same criteria that the Grammys does with music. It's political.
It's a boys'
You know,
club.
It's a boys' club based off of what you did during the game, not just what your stats said. You know what I mean? Not just what you did and your impact and how everyone bought your jerseys for years upon years and how you made people scream and cry and love you. You know what I mean? It's not based off that. It's based off how you treated the organization. It's based off how you treated the other players, the critics. You know, how you took your critiques. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
How you handled yourself in the game amongst your all that shit. So they're looking at the political things of
They're
of
looking
that.
at the total care package.
Yeah, the total care package, which is fucked up because I feel like if anything, sports should be statistical.
Yeah.
It should be based off what the fuck you did. Because I came out here to showcase what I am able to do above my peers who are on this high level, and I'm able to surpass them, right? Just because I'm alleged to be on some steroids, just like LeBron was supposedly like allegations of, oh, he's taking some crazy shit. Motherfuckers, I have money, I'm taking care of myself. The fuck?
The thing is, like, baseball is just, they're losing credibility with the Hall of Fame. People are just considering it a joke, basically.
Yeah, at this point.
So they're the hardest Hall of Fame to get into, I think, out of all the sports. And I think basketball is, like, the easiest. You get into
Baseball's been around
basketball
a
for
long time,
everything.
too. So, like, the Hall of Fame is crowded. The way that I always look at Hall of Fames is that you look at it like this.
How is crowded even the word you would use in the Hall of Fame? Like, why would you use crowded?
Because it becomes like everybody, you don't want it to become like, because the NBA Hall of Fame is
Well, you can get
on
in-
the other side where it's kind of a joke because everybody gets
Well,
involved.
because the thing about it's not the NBA Hall of Fame. That's why it is the way it is. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So you could get in for just being a great college basketball player.
Right.
It's the Basketball Hall of
Yeah.
Fame. This is the MLB Hall of Fame.
Is that
I'd rather-
statistical based, though? Like,
It's just based off of your greatness, really.
I think that it should be based off of your greatness. And if
Yeah, there's a lot of great
if a lot
players.
of people get in, it's because
A lot of
niggas
great
is
players.
great.
Yeah.
here's how I think that, so I forget where this is from, but here's how I always
Football
felt like,
does some fuck shit too, though.
here's how it should be. If you can't tell, can you, use the question you ask yourself, can you tell the story of the MLB without this player? And for Barry Bonds, can you tell the story of
Hell
the MLB
no.
without Barry Bonds? You can't.
No,
The steroid era for most people was the best era of baseball.
I've heard that many times.
Like-
I mean, I
Well,
get
it's
it.
what we grew up
If you
on.
want to consider cheating, this, that, whatever. Listen, if 90% of the league was doing steroids, it's an even playing field to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying 90%
Like I said,
was.
so man, you want to
but-
give them you want to put a huge, you want to make an asterisk wing.
But
for
people,
these dudes?
people
Do
forget.
it, whatever. But
People
like,
forget at the time the steroid era kind of happened after there was a strike in baseball. Like there was a year off where they
wow,
didn't play
I remember
baseball.
that.
So like baseball was kind of in the part where it was kind of like, and
You
then
needed
the
something.
steroid era like
and they looked
revived
the
the
other
whole
way. And
fucking shit.
they looked the other way and let all these dudes do these steroids.
Yeah,
and
you're telling me they just found
and
out
and now they're gonna
afterwards?
not let them in the Hall of Fame. It's fucked up. We can move on, but like
Yeah.
the Hall of Fame, I just had to talk about that.
Yeah, I
'cause
do want to
it's-
say this though.
it's
You
a
mentioned
joke.
Ken Griffey. He's never actually been accused.
Yeah, Ken Griffey's.
But I'm just saying, he was in that era.
Yeah.
He was out there.
Yeah, he was a goat though.
He was one of my favorite players because he was a black
yeah,
man hitting shit.
and he had the backwards hat and the home run derbies. He
Yeah.
swagged out.
I
Griffey, the
didn't
goat.
watch baseball, but he was a black nigga doing crazy shit.
He's a legend.
So I fucks with
Shout out
Ken
Griffey,
and
man.
Barry Bonds.
Yeah, I fuck with Barry Bonds, bro.
And I love that song too. Yeah.
Here's another hit, Barry Bonds.
Nigga, this shit hard. What else we got?
The Joe Rogan thing.
So yeah, we're going Joe Rogan, right? So for those who don't know, what's the guy's name?
Neil Young.
Neil Young. So Neil Young basically went on a strike and rescinding all of his music and his discography on Spotify because they support Joe Rogan and his misinformation about COVID, in which caused a huge uproar. Spotify stood by Joe Rogan because that's their guy. He amasses a whole lot of money just by talking to a bunch of people, and they took off Neil Young's music. They also had another female artist, I forget her name. She's around that same era.
Yeah. Yep.
But she took off her music as well.
I've seen a lot of like just random people too, like just posting screenshots of them ending their Spotify subscription.
It's this cancel culture mentality of following somebody based off of maybe their own misinformation, right? And they're, you guys had people talking about COVID and they didn't know what the fuck they're talking about. Now people think that it's a joke and people are dying out here. Da da da. So it's that whole entire that mindset of where people are trying to cancel because of
the
whatever
fucking
they
pitchforks
said.
out.
Right. So Joe Rogan responds. All right. So all those people, they got their music off. They stood by Joe Rogan, and Joe Rogan response is that what I do, I don't know if people know what he does, but what he has is people who sit down who are accredited doctors, right? These are people who, one of the doctors he had was like a cardiologist who has the most published fucking shit out there.
He's not bringing in nobody.
He's bringing in people who know what the fuck they talking about. And just because their disposition is different from what the mass says does not mean it's misinformation. Because just like initially, this is what Joe Rogan said as well, wearing cloth mask was like, oh, you can wear a cloth mask. Now it would be misinformative to tell somebody to wear a cloth mask because the CDC says that you're not supposed to. So they have to wear KN or N95 mask or whatever. And so what he was basically saying that things that happened in the past could be misinformative. Why? Because we're in the information area where things change every fucking day. Yeah, that's what I'm
saying. Like this is especially just with this.
Right, especially like COVID.
It's always evolving, different strains.
Just like it would be misinformation a couple of months ago to say that COVID wasn't transferable with people who had the vaccine. But now we know as information that it is transferable, even if you had the vaccine, the booster, all that shit. You know what I mean? So is it misinformation or is it just quantified data that matures over time? It's progressive data.
We're finding out new information all the time, so shit's gonna change.
Right. So for you to come up with this whole entire spiel of saying that, oh, you're having people up here that's giving different alternative things is what you should have that at all times.
Yeah, I was about to say,
when did that question the paradigm of everybody?
When did it become like we don't want to hear the other view of every, like I like to see all sides of shit.
Me too.
But I feel like nowadays it's just like it's my side. Well, and then it's your side.
You know what that's
called? Your side's wrong. And I don't even want to hear it.
You know what that's called? It's called sheep mentality.
Well, you know what the real reason is, and to go back to it, the god of all algorithm. It's all about algorithm because the reason it gets like that is because whatever social app you're using is curating your content to what you want to see. So everybody's reading shit that they agree with. So once they come across something that they don't agree with, it's a big to do because they're not used to seeing it or whatever. And like obviously we watched the same Joe Rogan video because you watched his video this morning that he posted. Mm-hmm. And I think what he does, love him or hate him is really important because he brings both sides to the table, whether you agree with it or not. He tries to play in the middle and doesn't really favor either side. And I think that's something that we need more of to allow people to do their own research and what they believe in and that type of thing. Obviously, I haven't watched them, but I can't imagine that the facts that one side is giving you about COVID and the facts that the other side are giving you are that opposite. Like, you know what I mean? Like I can't imagine that, like, okay, yeah, cloth, everybody knew, we've known for years that cloth mask isn't the most effective way to deal with COVID.
Right.
We've known that. So, like, for people to get in an uproar about that, there's a lot of interesting things about this because I thought the most interesting thing was that Spotify said, okay, bye to two huge catalogs.
Because they're losing out. Like, that artist is losing out millions of dollars off of streaming, off the songs.
And they're paying Joe Rogan like $100 million or whatever.
But he's also grossing a lot of money a month.
Right. No, I'm saying
from him
they
just
stood
talking.
behind podcasting, which I think is interesting to see.
They stood behind somebody who has integrity, and I feel like Joe Rogan stipulates that. Now, if Neil Young stands by,
Joe Rogan.
Me too. And if Neil Young, you stand by what you stand for, then you have all rights to do that. Doesn't mean that like Spotify has to go with your campaign that says, oh, he's spreading misinformation. He's spreading different mindsets. And I think that perspective is very important, especially for the information age, which everyone like has to have the same mentality.
And I think that's the issues I have so much about like the political channels. It's mostly one side. This channel's all this side.
Wing and right
this
wing.
channel's all that side. You know what I mean? It's nice. It's nice to just have platforms where it's just you.
That's why people
I
like Joe
hearing
Rogan.
every side.
People like Joe Rogan are going to be really important in the further of media. If he takes his job seriously and really doesn't try to create a narrative and plays both sides and brings you information from both sides, I mean, that's invaluable.
Yeah, it's great.
You know what I mean? The other thing, real quick, that I thought was really interesting about this is I don't know the name of the company, but you know that company that's been buying like
Publishings,
like they've been buying like an artist's like full discography and all that stuff. Neil Young is one of those people who sold his entire catalog to this company, and they were willing to take his music off Spotify for him, even though they own his music now. Yeah, I thought that was really interesting. I think that's because I feel like they could have been like, "Fuck you, we own this."
Yeah, I'm about to get the money.
Yeah,
that is surprising.
So there's a really interesting story in a lot of ways, but I think that people are. I mean, we got to get over this thing where we can't stand to hear other people's opinions. I mean, I know I had to get better at it too because, you know, I think that earlier, like a year or two ago, or even, you know.
Yeah, well, I know where you're going.
Believing strongly in one side or the other felt important to everybody because of how divided we were. And, you know, the more that we move forward, I think that, you know, you just have to get used to it. You have to get used to the fact that we're in a really polarizing period of time where information can be found anywhere and people are going to have different beliefs.
Yeah, I agree because, I mean, at one point in time when everything was like really like the peak of shit going crazy in all different types of ways and with, you know, all different types of movements and everything, like at one point I found myself kind of stuck in it and like kind of, you know, strongly to like a certain side and viewpoint, and at one point I was like, yeah, fuck, like, you know what I mean, kind of like fuck that shit, like fuck whatever y'all talking about, like y'all this, y'all that. And as time like kind of passed by, I just took a step back, like, bro, there's just so many sides to everything, and obviously there's right and wrong in certain aspects in certain situations, but when it comes to just people's viewpoints on certain topics, it's just, it can't be, if you don't agree with me, fuck you, get rid of you, cancel you, get out of my face, like I don't want to deal with you, bro. It's like, bro, do we really want to be on a planet where we're all the same people with all the same views? That's that sounds boring as fuck.
Right.
We need opposite viewpoints. Yeah, we don't need terrible people, murderers, racists, and shit like that in the world. But we need opposite viewpoints of a lot of subjects in the world, or else it should just be boring. Everyone would be the same person.
So we'll end it on this. I just want to say this one thing. You guys know what like scientific method is? So
I know the term, but I don't know exactly where you're going with it.
Scientific method is basically having a theory. I believe that the world is round. Right?
Hypothesis.
A hypothesis. It starts with a hypothesis.
Or the world is flat.
Right. And then you go through different levels, like 7 different methods or 7 different levels of proving that theory to be true. One of those methods is going with your peers. You know, testing it with your peers. Your peers have to go against this and see if it is true, or maybe tell you why it's not. You know what I mean? If it remains true amongst what your peers say, then it winds up being, oh, this is a fact then. You know what I mean? Because what is true is able to stand on whatever is being hit by. You know what I mean? And I think that that's reality. Should be able to, like, whatever you say, I should be able to say something that's contradictory to what you're saying because I want to test it. If it's real, you can stand on it. If not, then it's going to fold every fucking time. You know what I mean? Just because I have a disposition doesn't mean that I shouldn't be open for discord, right? But at the same time, you shouldn't just fucking try to onslaught me and call me wrong without you even testing the theory. Have the opposite thought. You know what I mean? Think about it from my perspective. Test it out yourself. You know what I'm saying?
Even if you end up just not agreeing with certain things, it's like,
let it be.
What happened to agree to disagree?
Yeah, let it be then.
I agree to disagree. I mean, sometimes that it is what it is. Sometimes there's gonna be 2 people that just will never agree on certain subjects, and it's cool. It's okay.
Right. It's okay. Perfectly fine.
Whatever, man.
But yeah, man. Let it
be. We gotta post some clips of our insight.
Yeah, we're gonna clip this shit.
We can't just be the
toxic boys.
The toxic boys, because we got some gems in there.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, you want to cut this and go to TTT, or are we trying to hit everything else?
No, I mean we got a lot of shit on that bitch. We don't have to do all that shit. Is there any quick one you want to do? Do talking at the gym.
All right,
talking at the gym real quick.
So talking at the gym is always funny to me because I never know what what the standard is. Like,
Are you an avid talker at the gym?
I don't like to
I don't wanna talk
personally.
to nobody.
I don't want to talk to the gym because I don't know if people like to be talked to at the gym. So I don't really like to be talked. I want to be in and out.
I'm not a talker at the gym.
That's what I'm saying. So I never feel like I'll be like, I'm all for saying hi to somebody.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? But like, I'm always stuck between is it just a hi, or are we gonna say how's the weather and you know what I mean, or like some bullshit like. So like, I don't know. I try to keep
Leg
it
day,
short.
huh?
I try to keep it. Yeah,
You working out today?
Real cold out there. Like, you know what I mean? I never know where to.
So
where
it
to
snowed,
cut it.
huh?
And I don't want people to think that I'm being rude. You know what I mean? But I keep it quick in the gym.
Yeah.
Small talk.
Unless I'm leaving. If I'm walking out the door and you're still working out, I'll talk to you. I got nothing left to do.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Your
But
deed
no,
has
I'm
been
just
done.
kidding. But yeah, because you go to the like, do you see people? You obviously see people. You know, there. I see you. We're gonna talk. You know what I mean? But,
I seen you. I seen. I was like, let me get a setting real quick. You know what I mean? But
But you guys go to the same gym?
yeah. But
Wait,
he
what
goes at a
gym?
different time. LA Fitness. That gym is
I've
crazy.
only seen him once.
Yeah, I only seen him one time. But when I did see him, I literally was like, "Yo, let me just get a rep in real quick." Like,
because
I
trying to
never
do-
do that though. My typical rapport of like seeing people at the gym, like who I
You
see.
give a head nod?
No, I do that. But Yasin, I see Yasin all the time. So sometimes I'll give him the head nod. And recently I went up to him because I hadn't seen him. He was in Colombia for a couple months. So we had like a little conversation real quick.
like how
But
you been.
every time that he sees me, like he'll come up to me and be like, "Oh, so what you working out today? What you doing?" Da, da, da.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just real quick, and then we off.
There's some people that will be at the gym for literally 3 hours. And they'll be the chattiest patties.
Yeah.
Me, I like to get in there an hour and a half max, usually an hour, maybe 45. And headphones on, don't want to talk to a single
I'm in
fucking
the zone.
soul, bro.
Yeah.
But that's why I like my home workout setup. Like, I be just in my own world, chilling.
Yeah, I don't want to talk to anybody.
Maybe
at the
send
gym,
y'all a
really.
post-workout video.
Ideally, unless it's somebody I really know, I don't really want to talk to at the gym. I just want to be in and out, fucking 45 minutes, and I'm done.
Or if it's someone I haven't seen in a really long time,
Right.
I'm like, holy shit, bro.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that's why I don't go to the gym too, because it turns into a longer part of my day than I want to. When it's at my crib, it's just like in, out, done, boom.
Yeah. I like working out at home, but I also like the fact that when I go to the gym, I do
Oh, yeah,
a
it
little bit more
pushes you
stuff that
probably
I,
more.
Yeah. For me, like it got there initially.
But there's also more
it was-
machines. I mean, you ain't gonna have a whole
Yeah,
fucking.
I can have a whole circuit.
I have the most not bougie. What's the opposite of bougie? What's a good word for the opposite of bougie?
Trash. I don't fucking know.
Yeah, whatever. I have the most like basic set of bare bones you can have. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? But it does the job for me. Obviously, if I went to a gym, it would be better off. I could do all types of cool shit. I could do like the cool fucking.
Yeah, I
wires
like
and
that. I
shit,
like
you
the
know what I
different
mean?
options.
All you really need is dumbbells.
Yeah, I mean, I got dumbbells,
true.
a bench,
And a bench.
a bar, and cardio shit. And
That's
I'm
all you
not-
really pretty much need. Some resistance.
And a mat
bars.
where I do my like core workouts and shit.
Core.
But
Yep.
yeah, man. Talking at the gym, yeah, I ain't with
But it
that
is
shit,
awkward. It can be.
bro. I know a
What's with
friend.
girls without like I never know to talk to girls.
I know
about
if I
at
was
the
about to
gym.
say, I know a
does
friend
she want
who-
to talk to me? Does she not? Like I don't want to leave.
I don't know. They be
hold her
wearing
up,
shit that
like-
makes me like I don't know if I should talk to you because the way you looking right now, like you should just keep working out because I don't know if I like.
But I know a guy who like he's kind of like he picks up a lot of girls at the gym. Like he always
Bro.
tell me, "Oh, I got this new chick from the gym." Bro,
yeah,
like
bro, if you in
you can
shape,
spit game at the gym.
hell yeah.
I don't know. I've heard too
That's
many
like a
girls.
wave?
I've heard too many girls be like, don't come up to me at the gym. Like,
Those are the same girls that wind up dating a nigga from the gym.
yep,
That's
just
true.
facts.
And I'm not even going like that's not even being an asshole. I'm
No,
just
but it's facts though, for real.
if some nigga comes up to you in the right way, like it's like a girl go down to a
Look
club.
at
I
all
don't go to the
swole
club
and
to
shit
talk
with
to
a pump.
niggas. Yeah,
Yeah, but the right situation.
the right situation.
arises.
He looked the right way. You might
Yeah.
talk to that guy, and I think
He
that's
say the right thing.
right.
Yeah.
Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun,
Is it triple T
I
time?
think it is.
Welcome
Toxic
to
time.
Toxic time with Teezy.
We need a freaking. We need some.
I was gonna
Alright.
try to do it before you guys came over today.
So
but I
these
didn't
like
get to
I
it.
didn't really have like too much of a toxic time, like because
Damn, you didn't have a toxic time this week.
I got 3.
Put it up for us.
Yeah.
One for each T.
I try to at least have 3 of them, but they're not as toxic. They're just more like question.
That's fine.
question
Not all of
based.
them have to be about
Yeah, toxic shit.
sex and women.
Well, this one is.
Well, I knew they were gonna be. But that's why I said it.
You want me to not start with sex? I don't have to
No,
start
it's
with
okay.
sex.
No, let's start with sex.
Let's start.
Wait, I need something.
I just don't want people to go on our freaking IG and think like we're a sex podcast.
Right, so we have to switch it.
But that's just because the clips that we post are the funny ones, they just happen to be about that. But that's why I want to mix it up for clip wise.
Right.
Because if they actually listen to the full pod, it's more. It's a lot more than that. You know what I mean?
Vast.
So, but I just don't want, because a lot of people, that's gonna be the first impression.
Right. I did that based off of like what attracts people because everyone has sex.
Well, yeah, they're fun. I mean, it's work. People like it, hilarious, or hate it.
But no, we need
either way they watch it, either they love it or hate it. But the comment.
No,
but yeah, I don't want to be known as that.
Yeah, I don't want to either.
Because that's not even what it is.
No, because it's more than that. More than meets the
It's
eye.
deeper than rat.
It's deeper.
No, I'm talking about.
No, I'm talking about.
But I spit it.
All right, so I'll ask him again when he gets back. So this is a question. So like in a relationship, right? Or not even relationship, you guys are having sex a few times or whatever.
After our non-sex talk.
Let's take that back. Have you ever been asked, so who else you been sleeping with? Like, are you like who else you fucking?
Yeah.
Like, can you tell me about the time that you've been asked that question and what ensued?
It depends if I was.
But yeah, so like, what do you?
It depends if I was fucking anyone else or not.
So what did you?
What my answer was.
All right. So in that moment, if someone asked you that and you
and I happened to be messing with other people,
is that what happened to you? I want to hear like.
In a specific time.
Right. I'm looking for that.
I think usually the girls that have asked me that, were girls that I wasn't. Like I didn't have.
Like no, I'm not fucking nobody else.
Like I honestly wasn't.
Yeah.
But those are also usually the girls that ended up not believing me.
They never do.
But I mean, yeah, I never been in a situation where a girl asked me, "Are you messing with other people?" and I was. Because usually, I feel like usually, if I'm in a situation where I'm messing with multiple people, I don't get that deep into it with one of them.
Right, for you to even ask that question.
For them to even ask that.
Yeah, it wouldn't even be like that.
You know what I mean? That's just my experience so far.
That's got to be the most lied to question ever.
Oh, like the answers to it? Like, nah.
Yeah. Well, even if, like, I'm going to answer that question truthfully. Even if I was, I'm not telling you names.
Yeah, no, we're not doing names.
You said who else you've been sleeping with? I can't.
No, but it's like, are you sleeping with other people type of shit. Like, that's like the overall question. I was like, who else you fucking? I'm not going to say the names, but I'm be like, oh, I'm fucking a couple.
I think if you're messing with a couple of other girls, the right answer is like, I talk to other girls.
Yeah, I talk to other people. Right.
I think that's the right answer. Just leave it at that.
If that's the truth. Souza.
Not really.
Souza, in this situation, have you ever had to answer this? And what did you do in a situation in which you answered?
The answer's lying.
Yeah, I've never said not really.
Not really?
You said not really?
Yeah, not really.
So you're an open-ended ass nigga.
Not really.
You're not really. You said not really again.
That's open-ended as hell.
No, that was my not really. Like, you sleep
what does not really mean? Not really. So like,
I'm not really fucking other bitches.
Like I ain't slept with anyone since last night I slept with you type shit.
I don't think they're really gonna like that answer.
Yeah, maybe not.
Well, I'm guessing you've just had this asked to you. So what's the hunch here?
What's the hunch here? Now I was doing some thought processes, and I have had that question asked to me, and so.
And were you?
I hadn't at the time. So what I used was time frame, and I said I haven't fucked anyone this year.
Well, I mean, the thing is, and it's January 2nd type shit.
I haven't fucked anybody else this year.
So it's the end of the first month of the year. So
I'm not talking about this year. I'm just saying this is what I've said.
I mean, listen. The thing about it is, I don't feel bad about.
But I have lied though.
Yeah, I don't feel bad about hiding the truth in a situation where we and you are not at a serious level. You know what I mean? If me and you aren't at a serious level, I mean, I could be honest with you, but then you're just gonna like turn it into some mascapade.
I'd rather you do that so I can get the fuck away from you.
Yeah.
So I'm really like getting to this point in my life where I want to be unapologetically truthful with questions to ask, not just me just doing it.
I mean, you're C-Truth. If you're gonna lie,
recognize truth.
If C-Truth lies, we're doomed.
No. No, but I really want to do that in the asset of like that'll give me the people who want to be around me, like or the people who not
Being
supposed to be-
honest.
Yeah, being like, hey, I've been fucking a couple people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been messing with other people. Like, you're not the only one. Type shit. I would say it in a better mannered way, obviously. But that's the consensus of.
But
what
that's
I would
the
be
girl
trying
you
to
want to
say.
be around. Is the one that's okay with you.
It's not about her being okay. It's about me being truthful with myself. Okay. Now, if you want to say that you're not okay with that, then then you're not going to be around, and that should be the reality of all truth.
Definitely toxic time.
It is toxic to a certain degree because you might not like that, but I don't think you should be around me if you don't like that. Then,
But the thing is, there's many people, guys and girls, that have multiple partners, and
Right.
they're not tied down to any of them.
Right.
So what's the issue?
listen, this is it's all like variables.
If you have an issue, you develop some type of emotional attachment to me.
Correct.
Or you feel skeeved out by that. And
Right.
either way, that is your right. Mm-hmm. But I mean, we're not tied together in any sort of way.
Right. So therefore, if I say what I say, then
You know what I mean?
that's up to you to feel the way you feel. Your reaction.
But that's
is
why
your
I
own.
think open conversation about shit like that it's good to have.
I think it.
But
think
I
it's
don't bring
great.
that shit up.
I wouldn't ask.
That's what I'm saying. I don't bring that shit
I
up.
don't ask because I don't care. Time will tell. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't really care about that question to, hey, who else you fucking? I don't give a fuck who else you fucking. Because
Yeah, if
when
we're not
time comes,
serious.
but if we even get serious, I'm not going to ask you who else you fucked before me. Unless it comes up in a topical conversation about something that you learned from. But I don't care what you did previously to me. What I'm saying is that like, if we get to a point, we wind up in a relationship, I would hope you stop fucking them people
Yeah, I would hope so.
responsibly. And I expect you to do that that's having expectations on people, but I would expect you to do that if we're going to be like exclusive.
Have y'all ever cheated or got cheated on?
I've done both.
Wow. Okay.
Suze.
Yeah, I cheated before.
What a dejected answer.
He said it sucks. Yeah,
I mean, it was in high school though.
Yeah,
so
it
was
doesn't
I.
really count though.
I was. What even doesn't count?
High school, they was all cheaters.
There
guys
was all
and girls.
cheaters, there was lying.
Who was being faithful and you know what fucked
But
me
to
up
be honest,
though? This is you know what fucked me up though? One time the girl I was dating in high school, she said she was going to a show and kind of hinted at something to me as far as like she had ended up talking to the drummer of this like big band. And like kind of was like hinting at the idea of like, oh, if like anything happened, would you be mad? Like, yeah, what the fuck are you talking about?
That's
like
your girl?
Yeah.
She wild.
I don't care who it is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's fucking Drake.
have you ever been cheated on?
Not to my knowledge. I haven't dated enough.
And girls will probably not tell you.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't know if I have.
Yeah, I mean,
Not to my knowledge.
I was cheated on, but I didn't find out till like years later.
Yeah.
Which is wild. That's how good girls are at cheating.
And it was with a friend
That is
at
sick.
the time.
Yeah. No,
Not
I've
a friend
never-
no more if you're listening.
Is it cheating if you
Buddy.
is it cheating if you're on a
Not
break?
anymore, buddy. What happened?
Is it cheating if you're on a break?
That sounds
I
like,
don't think so.
That sounds like a question for the entire show of Friends.
I don't think
The
so.
show of friends.
I don't think it
Oh,
is.
them niggas?
You? You think it is?
Because Ross and Rachel were on a break. Yeah, that's
You
a
think
joke
it
for
is?
the Friends audience.
Because if that's the case, then I cheated. But if that's not the case, I've never cheated. Because I've only messed with other chicks when I was on a break with a chick, and then we might end up getting back together.
In a logical standpoint, no. But did you cheat our relationship of it being mended?
Oh my god!
No. But like I've had that happen to me, and like I didn't really count it. Like I just was
Yeah,
like,
I don't think that's
I
cheating.
charged to the game.
If y'all on a
I-
break, y'all.
But I only
shit
charged
was
it to the game because I did my shit. You know what
charge
I'm saying?
it to the game.
My
Yeah.
shit was a long time ago. I wouldn't cheat again.
No, it's not worth it. All right.
I've cheated on tests.
So I guess this.
Yeah, if we count tests, I'm 100% a cheater.
Damn. Yeah, I've cheated a lot.
Bro,
in
I
high
used
school.
to. We used to have vocab tests every week in literacy, bro. I used to have the BlackBerry notes out and shit. Fucking all the words and definitions.
Yeah.
I'd pull my shit out. You know how easy it must be nowadays with the iPhone
It's
to cheat?
stupid.
Life
Apple
is-
Watches.
High school
done.
stupid with cheating, bro.
Yeah. All right. So this next one's gonna be quick. Real quick.
Yeah, we deep dived into that.
Yeah, we
But we
did.
kind of stirred up. I added a
Yeah, you did add another
F
question.
toxic time.
So why don't women post their boyfriends? Or why do we think as men?
Some
we're
the women that
speculating.
don't, you mean?
Right. Why do some women not post their boyfriends?
Could we change it to men too?
Well, yeah. Why don't niggas post their
Yeah,
girlfriends?
it's just why do people post their
Why don't
significant
people
others?
post their
Yeah.
significant
I have an
others?
answer. Some of them, especially with our
I'm
current,
trying to get better at this.
well, some of our, our like in our era, like our generation, basically, or like making a brand on Instagram is very important. And I'll focus on the girls first. When you're a girl who is making a living off being an attractive woman, and she's selling clothes and I don't know, all this different stuff, like, you know, just likes and follows and everything on her Instagram. I would
So you're talking about the
guarantee-
women that have a business off their Instagram.
Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Not even because
Or make it a business.
not
Or they
even-
are
but,
a business.
But yeah, but like it doesn't even have to be large scale. Maybe it's 5,000 followers. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I could see that girl not wanting to post her boyfriend because it then like
Could
Tarnishes.
Yeah.
it'll turn away males.
Yeah.
I'm guilty of it too. When I see, you know, what I mean, I know it's like this toxic time. I feel it's like a safe space to open up.
It's a safe space.
When I see a girl's boot up, I unfollow.
Damn.
Yeah. See, I don't do
I'm
that.
not unfollow
I don't do the unfollow route at all. But I do get the point because I mean, even for us as artists, like I feel like our pages, you know, usually try to have a certain theme or
Yeah.
like
No,
vibe
it's
to it
the
or
same
aesthetic.
thing.
You know what I mean? So that's why I really never ever post
Yep.
unless I mean I've had like, you know, if I have some dope photos that fit the vibe, I'll post some shit. Like, you know what I mean? But usually I just stick to
Yeah.
a certain aesthetic from it's my artist page. Really, my full name is not. You can type in Brandon Fabrizio. I don't come up on Instagram, bro. It's FB Faz. That's it. My name is not attached to my
Word.
Instagram at all.
That's what
It's just my artist page. I feel like, and that's what I treat it as.
That's what I would say to my chick. I would just be like, "Yeah, look, you can
That's
be
the truth.
You,
I've
can,
said
you
that
could be in
before.
you could be in every story, but my posts,
Yeah, that's the truth.
My posts are my
posts
posts.
are for my
But
brand.
okay, that's like people with brands and arts and stuff. What about just regular motherfuckers that just
Regular
I think
degular.
that
there's the other side of it where it's just you know people that just use it as they'll post their pictures with their friends and
depends
everything.
what they're
Just like,
posting.
I would
I
why
think
do you
they're
think the
posting-
regular Joe or
Somebody
girl,
with 500 followers who isn't posting their boyfriend but posting like sexy pics, like half naked, that's fucked up in my opinion.
Yeah, that. But I mean, they're still trying to do the same thing what you're doing.
Yeah,
Like
it's
what you
just
were saying.
coming
Just on
up,
a- just on
they're
a
trying
less
to come up.
successful-
Yeah, they're trying to come up. Like,
Yeah, I mean, just
they're-
like us. I mean, as far as artists is concerned.
Some people feel like you know, who are you to know about my business? You don't need to know who my boyfriend is. This is who I am. You know me. You know what I mean? But
I think that it's very important right now in this world that we live in to have some type of protection on what you love. You know, because once you give it to the world has these speculations, their energy of what they think. Oh, why he dating this girl or why? And that's put out into the world. And if I don't give you that, then you don't have no say. There's no energy given to my relationship or to what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And privacy is like a high commodity nowadays because it's not really given to many people.
Right.
And people just vehemently put their shit out every day.
I will say this: the one time I was really public with somebody, and like I wasn't scared to post them, and I post them all the time and stuff like that. Just it. I don't know if it's like was just a one time situation, but that was the time I ended up getting cheated on.
Yeah.
That was the time my friends ended up fucking my girl.
Right.
And that was the time all the baddest shit ever happened, worst relationship I've been in my life.
Because it was known.
And I don't know if it was like, you know, like because I was so open or because we were so open as a couple and stuff like that.
Could be.
You know what I mean? And
Could
like
be.
just, you know, because there's also people out there that don't fuck with you. So if they see what you got going on, they
I'm
might
a
try
plot.
to ruin that in some
Yeah.
way. You know what I mean? Even if it's
Yeah.
not them directly doing it. So, you know, as the opposite side, as someone who might be someone's boyfriend and they don't post me, I mean, would I feel some type of way? Not really. Just because I understand it.
I wouldn't. As long as you give me the time and attention I need on a personal basis, I'm
saying
good.
I understand it.
Maybe as a fucking 16-year-old kid, I might feel away.
But I do get the other side too, where people are just like, "Damn, I would like if you posted me." But I will not get the people who will literally start a full blown fight. Post this fucking picture of me.
well, I think Chris made a good point because I think that there is an intimacy to privacy. Like you're for me, you're not for the world. You know what I mean? So like I keep you here. You don't need to be on my
Yeah,
page.
but then,
You know what I mean? There's
but
an
there is
intimacy to
also a
that.
good. But what about the people or girls, guys that feel like I want to show you off to the world?
Great. I don't think. I mean, look. At the end of the day, nobody should want like what. That's the society we live in now. Like, oh, you got to post me. Like, why is nothing sacred? You know what I mean? Nothing's private.
But so do you think no couple should be posted on the gram?
I don't think that it's that. It's not that. But I shouldn't post you because like if we're doing something cool or something, yeah, fine. But like I'm not just gonna post you just be like,
no, I like this is my favorite IG couples pages. Not couples pages, but a girl with a boyfriend or a guy with a girlfriend. Like mostly pictures of them, but sprinkled in a couple pictures in there every now and then is not bad. What I don't like is when I go on some people's pages and it's literally every single photo is a couple photo.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, y'all doing too much and y'all probably unhappy as fuck. I ain't gonna lie.
Or the day that
some of the people that
crumbling down.
Some of the people that you would expect like from Instagram, oh my god, they're like the happiest couple of all time. I've seen some that I've known in real life, and I look at the Instagram, I'm like, bro, they don't know what the fuck y'all got going on.
Well, it all depends, man. I mean, we don't have to get any deeper into this, but it all
no.
depends because really, like, we look at Instagram in a different way because we're trying to use it as a tool. To a lot of people to people who are successful in things that they don't need to use Instagram for, Instagram is what? It might just be the time when they post that they went somewhere with their girlfriend. That could be what Instagram is for
True.
them. You know what I mean? So it really all depends.
More of the story, I don't give a fuck if you post
I think
or
the
not.
answer to that question is situational. Nobody should feel forced to post anybody. If now, you know what I mean, like Facebook official is a thing.
I mean, I don't even use Facebook.
I don't use Facebook anymore either.
But even that, like, I wouldn't even do that nowadays. I mean, like, where I'm at, if I have a girlfriend, I'm not, like, nah.
I'd be trying to figure out if a girl's single or not by her Facebook relationship, though.
I just rather, I want my girl to know that on a person-to-person level, that I'm her nigga, like, I'm your guy. And the world don't need to know. And if they do, if you want them to know, then you can let them know. But not me. I'm not going to. That's what you really want.
I'm not going to be under the comments like mine or some shit.
I'm not doing all that.
Yeah.
So the last one, well, today is
I love you, baby, in the comments.
today is the end of the month. I just wanted to ask you guys a question. Valentine's Day. So about Valentine's
V-Day, I call it D-Day.
What do you think about Valentine's Day? And that's the first question. And the second part to that question is, what is the most romantic thing you've done on Valentine's Day? He's wild.
Come on, bro.
That's romantic. As he pours the wine.
That was the most romantic thing I've ever done on Valentine's Day.
Say, shorty, here's the wine. Shh. Tonight.
Valentine's Day is a good day.
Okay.
I think that.
I don't enjoy it.
Why not?
I mean, it's just like
For couples, it gives you a chance to go out. Maybe you don't go out too much. It's definitely a date you got to go out or do something. You know what I mean? Maybe something outside of what you usually do. And it doesn't have to be crazy. You're just celebrating each other. It's like, you know what I mean? It's not like you're doing anything crazy.
I get it.
And then if you're single, it gives you a chance to go on a date or some shit. You know what I mean?
I just feel like Valentine's Day as a dude that's been in a few relationships, they puts like this weird pressure on a dude sometimes, depending on your girl. And like, I don't know. It just ends up like me putting in a lot of effort and them just doing nothing.
Them not.
You know what I mean?
That is kind of like the whole point.
I end up spending like $400 on Valentine's Day and I got a fucking box of Russell Stover.
If there was a day that I've had the most sex on in my life.
I love Russell Stover, but damn, good die. What?
If we were looking at like a chart of days of the year and it was like times I've had sex on, you're like
Valentine's Day's empty?
No, I think it might be my high.
Oh, okay. I didn't think that's where you're going with it.
Yeah, I think that might be my high.
Really?
Yeah,
Someone that's
not as of late.
As someone that's not been in a lot of relationships, that's kind of surprising.
Yeah, well,
He's a
be
dater.
surprised there's a lot of lonely ladies out there on Valentine's Day, just like me, my lonely
don't know if I have
guys, my lonely male self.
I don't think I have specific romantic memories on Valentine's Day that were like really good.
Yeah.
Wait, actually, was that Valentine's Day? I don't know. But my favorite Valentine's memory, personally, it wasn't like a romantic thing. I was single actually. Didn't even hang out with a girl this whole Valentine's Day. I was working, and I was like on my way home. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go to the store, buy my grandma and mom some flowers and chocolate. So I bought them 2 bouquets, 2 things of chocolate. Brought it home, surprised. Actually, I think I had balloons and shit too. I went full out.
What a good guy.
And like they were just so like happy and
That's beautiful.
it was honestly it was a good moment.
That's
I don't do
beautiful.
enough shit like that for like them. I feel like
I have a funny story
that was
about
the
that
best
too.
Valentine's Day
One
moment.
Valentine's Day,
And I dropped Toe Tape 1 on Valentine's Day. Don't forget.
Yes.
You're
One Valentine's Day, me and I can't remember if I was just getting off work or something. I can't remember what it was, but it was Valentine's Day, and obviously me and my brother were both single. and I was
Obviously, you said obviously.
not obviously, but I say it because the story is so whatever. So the whole point is, I went to Stop and Shop to get my mom some flowers. And I literally am walking in to go get my mom flowers, and my brother is just walking in at the same
I think
exact
That's
you told
time.
me the
hilarious.
story. Yeah, you told me this.
Like we were both just there to buy our mom flowers at the same time. It was just funny. So
That's how you gotta
That's
do it,
beautiful.
man. That's the number one right there.
I think I've had a relationship where Valentine's meant nothing to us, where we both were like, fuck that day. Let's just take each other out on dates every month. You know what I mean? So we took each other out like on a nice date and dressed up, and you know what I mean? We did that shit. So Valentine's Day was like, fuck commercial loving each other day. Like we gonna do that shit because we love each other regardless. So that relationship didn't consist of we didn't do Valentine's
That's
Day.
cool.
We just spent the time at home on the actual date. But I would say the most romantic thing that I did, and this is like because that was like my biggest relationship at the time. Previously, when I was like 17, I didn't really have much money. I just had my little beat up hoopty, and I brought my girlfriend over, and I had the bed with like chocolates and a heart and some flowers and you know what I mean? But like that's funny, like that I say that's my most romantic thing. But I think that like I put some thought and effort with what I had at that moment. I didn't have shit.
That's
You
I
know
feel
what
like
I
that's
mean?
the opposite side of like the pessimistic view that I have on Valentine's Day. Because in reality, I mean, it is nice to do cool shit that you feel
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm proud of. I actually set up a nice little spread for my girl. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
it is cool.
man. Like she was a good girl at the time.
But the day itself is just, I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. I feel like if you're in love, yo, take this time to treat your girl right. You know what I mean? Take this time to make her feel special. You know what I mean? Because the relationships that I be having with my girlfriends, I'll be like, it'd be funny and we joke around and I say some dumb shit. So it's a day to make her feel like a full, like, oh, he cares.
Ironically,
you know what I'm saying?
Most of I was just thinking about this because I've been like a couple longer relationships, but like I haven't had that many Valentine's Day with girls because I literally think every single relationship I've been in, I broke up with them between the end of December and
September to December.
No, it's usually
Gone.
no. For me, it's between the end of December to the end of January. Like those are my.
that's your season.
We end up breaking up at some point.
It's seasonal depression. That's why.
I don't know. It's after Christmas, after I spend way too much money on a girl.
Like fuck all this
It's
shit.
that new,
And then
new
before
year
fucking
energy.
Valentine's Day, before like you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I've
Not like purposely that has happened. It's just it's happened multiple times.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I don't know why, but
But yeah. Susie, got anything else you want to say?
No, I think I said everything I needed to say.
Or,
about
well,
it.
that's the end of Toxic Time with T.
y'all got any words of the day?
I do. I have quotes. I have a quote.
I got a quote too.
You got the word of the day.
Oh really? I thought I quoted it today. I
No,
did quote
your-
it today last
No,
week.
your word of the day.
No, I think you changed it because you literally told me to give a quote and a word.
I thought you were doing word from.
We all have quotes. You have a word.
Well, fuck the word. I got.
I'll think of a word.
Actually, I do have a word actually, but it's not like a word that you don't know. It's just a word that I think is very important.
Up to you. I have a word so I can think of.
Do it.
I'll do a quote first though.
All right,
And
we'll do
where's my
quotes.
quote? I just had it up.
This is a quote from Vince Lombardi, one of the greatest coaches of all time. He's the Super Bowl trophy is named after him. If you aren't fired with enthusiasm, you will be fired with enthusiasm.
Say it again.
If you aren't fired with enthusiasm,
No, hired, right?
if you aren't fired with enthusiasm, meaning like passionate with it, like fired up.
Oh,
If you aren't fired with enthusiasm, you will be fired with enthusiasm.
oh, so
Like, get the fuck out of
so
here.
if you ain't fired up, if you ain't locked in, if you ain't doing your job,
And the fired up person go
Then
fired.
you're
they're
gonna
gonna
lose
be
your job.
they're gonna be happy to let you go.
Vince Lombardi.
you don't belong here.
That's a fact. What's yours?
Mine's from
Vince
Game of
Lombardi.
Thrones, actually.
Ooh!
Tyrion.
Peter Dinklage.
He said he has so many good
Yeah,
quotes
yeah,
in that
he has a
fucking
lot of
show
good
too.
lines.
But
A lot
I
of
mean,
good
the one
lines.
I was gonna use was never forget what you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you. He said some shit. He's had some bars,
Especially in the first
Their
couple
writing is
seasons, bro.
crazy.
Especially in the first couple seasons, his
bro.
bars
He
were
had
crazy.
bars.
Yeah.
I don't even want to break it down, but it was
Go ahead.
just fire. Go ahead. I said I don't want to.
Never forget who you are.
Never forget who you are. The rest of the world will not. Wear it like armor, and it can never be used to hurt you.
Yeah. That's being
Just be you, man.
That's being transparent.
Yeah.
It's like what Eminem did to Papa Doc.
Know what you are. Know who you are.
Exactly.
Know what you are. Know who you are.
Yeah.
And instead of hiding it, embrace it.
Yeah, because you can't hurt me with the shit I gave you.
Yeah, like I know what I am.
Yeah, it's like trying to poison me with the shit.
That's
that
like what Eminem did in 8 Mile against Papa Doc.
Just said that.
Did.
We said Papa Doc.
I
didn't hear Papa Doc.
I didn't hear it.
We Papa Doc.
But yeah, that's facts.
Fire. So I have 2. Can I do 2?
Mm-hmm.
Now
There's no rules.
Joe Rogan, I was listening to today on the
2,
way.
that's gonna cost you, buddy.
On the way here, and one of my favorite people on YouTube is Jordan Peterson. I love his quotes.
I don't know who that is. Who's
He's
that?
a psychologist, clinical therapist.
Okay.
Just has a great way of thinking.
I think you've actually showed me him before.
Maybe. But so this is the first quote that I wrote down from his 4-hour Joe Rogan
Sheesh.
fucking interview or whatever the fuck their conversation. He says, when you start to wonder about something, what you're actually doing is freeing your perception of the constraints of your memory.
One more time.
When you start to wonder about something, what you're actually doing is freeing your perception of the constraints of memory.
The deep one.
To wonder.
That's deep.
I wonder what this would be like. You're freeing yourself of what you already knew, of what memory has told you what life is.
Wow, yeah, that's deep.
I fuck with that.
That's wonderment. Like I was like, nigga, what?
Fire.
He said it so effortlessly and like it's like nothing. He just threw it out there.
People be smart.
Yeah,
That nigga's a genius.
I wish I was just like everything I touched was
Philosophical.
yeah.
He
I
talks-
wish I was just could speak and girls' panties get wet.
I could, you know what?
My smartness.
I could just start tweeting stuff you say and see how it goes off. I won't credit it to you.
I won't credit it to you.
We'll just see how it goes.
I don't know if I'll attract the right.
Bruh, this dude said he goes on tour, just like to speak, right? And he starts off with like I guess the hypothesis of what he's trying to prove, and he doesn't take notes. He doesn't write anything. He just goes in with the idea, and then he just placates that throughout the whole entire thing. What he does is he based off of his arguments or what he's saying on stage off of crowd reaction. So he equates whatever that's called when you're a scientist or a doctor or whatever the fuck in front of people. He equates it to being like a comedian because you're reading the crowd. You're going off of what works, what doesn't work when you're going too far and bring it back in. You know what I'm saying? Like this dude's fucking fire.
Yeah, I mean anyone that goes on tour just to speak, they got it. They got it, bro.
The other one is which I think that it was profound. Hopefully I can say it right. It
By the same guy?
Yeah, it's all today. He says, "You won't get what you want when you tell the truth, but how do you know you're right in what you want?"
You won't get what you want when you tell the truth, but
how do you know you're right in what you want? Because the desire of something is an idea. It's not necessarily like you know what it's going to make you feel.
Yeah, because sometimes the desire, you know, with anything, sometimes what you thought you wanted so bad, you get it, and you're like,
That's kind of like your quote from the other day about temptation or desire being
being freedom. And I thought about that more deep after we like left it, because I was like, damn,
that is a really good quote.
Yeah. But that quote is like desires. When you no longer have desires, you're free. It's more of the sense of like, because I've done these things, I've achieved these things. Now I'm free to just be like, but it's also at the same time, you don't want to be free because the desire is what makes you who you are, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
You ever desired something so bad and you got it, and it was just like, eh.
Yeah, a lot of the time.
Yeah, that's why I say sometimes, you know, the thought is better than the actual item or person.
I think that has to do with people just like, when you fall in love with the idea of something and you have forever to fantasize about it, it becomes a huge thing that, you know what I mean? You knew from the jump it probably wasn't going to be, but now it's been sought after for so long.
Right. It's like the journey is way more enjoyable than the destination.
Journey is more enjoyable than the destination.
Right. So just to end off this quote, like just the fact that it says, you won't get what you want when you tell the truth. The reason why we lie is because we want to keep the reality that we have in this moment. So I lied to this girl that I'm not fucking nobody else because the reality is that you might not fuck with me afterward. I want to keep you fucking with me. So I'm going to lie to you and tell you
to get what you want.
Right. And what I want is you to be accessible to me when I want you to be, right?
But do you really want her to be accessible to you by lying?
No, I want to tell the truth now because I want to see how you react towards me being honestly myself. But in the truth, you don't get what you want though. I don't want that outcome. I'm not saying I want the outcomes of me being super truthful.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's easier for me to do that as opposed to lie and keep up with them.
Yeah. Well, that brings back to, I mean, the early. I don't even know if this it might have just been a clip when we were talking about. I was talking about like
that
me
was the
being
first,
honest.
And
me lying. Yeah, that was the first
clips.
go around.
Clips.
That's kind of like the same idea as that. It's like I
got more chicks lying.
I did the experiment where I got what I want more by lying than when now I'm more honest and things don't always go my way.
Right, and obviously you had to change the perspective.
Yeah,
that you would rather tell the truth
but I can confirm. Lying gets you more of what you want sometimes. It doesn't make you feel good all the time, though. But
for a fact. Do you have a word of the day?
Well, he said he had one, so
let's go.
I could do trepidation.
Okay, I like that.
What the fuck does that mean?
You don't know what trepidation means?
Trepidation.
Yeah,
I've heard it.
Or like someone said,
I've heard it, but I don't know the exact.
Trepidatiously.
I don't know the exact meaning.
I mean, so the definition is a little different than what I thought. I thought it meant just like being like cautious, basically.
Well, sometimes there's multiple.
Trepidation means feeling of fear, or agitation about something that may happen.
Well, that is being cautious.
So
it's apprehension to a certain, not apprehension.
Yeah, like to do something trepidatiously is like you're like doing it very carefully or with like great like caution. Yeah, so
I like that word, trepidation.
Yeah. I remember when my mom dropped that word on me one time. I was like, that's not a word. I was like, trepidatiously, ma.
She used that on you,
and I was like, sheesh. I was like, damn, that's worth a lot of points of Scrabble.
The word I was gonna use is just perseverance. Like it's a word we all know.
Yes,
but I think it's a very important word.
Yeah,
it's very important in everyone's life.
Perseverance,
because if you ain't persevering, then your life is usually going and derailed.
And you failing.
There's gonna be a lot of fuck shit that happens, so perseverance is important, man.
Facts.
He said, then you're persevering.
Wow. Well, on that note,
thank you guys all for watching
this Sode
pod.
Thanks for watching this Sode.
What number again?
15
of the.
I'm gonna name this episode. Sode 15, even if it's not episode 15.
It's Sode 15. But yeah, thank you guys for just kicking it with us. We truly appreciate it. Please like, comment, subscribe, and if you really want to, notification that shit. I mean,
hit the noti.
Never miss an upload.
And we'll see you guys when we see you. We appreciate y'all so much.
Love you. Thank you for the love and likes.
We will see you guys next time
comments
on the Just Kicking It podcast.
Oh, I just want to shout out to Ill Pack, yo. Shout out my boy Ill, man.
Shout out to Ill Pack. You heard?
Closing line right here.
All right, I'm gonna play us out of here, fellas. This is an unreleased song produced by Jeremy and Chris.
Ooh.
You gotta play the middle of it though.
The middle of it?
It just plays for mad long.
What's up? Who you thought that this was? Bitch, I'm way too high to be drunk. I got 2 pounds of that skunk, so baby, don't open that trunk. Riding solo with that blunt. Soon as I go thinking it's done, I ain't waiting up on no one. I can't fake this, it's too real. Pay back tenfold on my deals. I've seen too much to have fun. I'll have mad game for my son. I can't lie to you, I'm lit. Know you so over my shit. Yeah. Know you so it is what it is. Know I ride for my side. You know go hard for my dogs. Me and my squad 10 years strong. You ain't even know nobody that long. Boy, I spent time looking for exits and not enough on my entrance. Life's not all about mentions. Think it's time I come to my senses, yeah. Nothing in my way now. I can't wait too far to go. Trying to find my way out, but this is really all